Hello friends, welcome to my channel. In this video we will talk about how we can create responsive data table. So when we work with data app, we need to represent our data in tabular format. So there are two ways we can try. The first one is easy way. We can just use overflow property and we could display the responsive data table. And then second option is we could provide the toggle button. So on wider screen we can easily show the table, but on smaller screen or on mobile we can provide the toggle button where user can click through it and explore the data. So let's start. So I have already created table.js, a component file. So we will start exporting component first. So I'm using export default function and the same name like table. And I would just return, for now I'm just returning the p tag. This is test table. And we will just use layout.js file and import here. So we say import table from table.js, and I am putting here table, and now we're coming here on the, so I'm putting empty tag first and then container div, and then we will add table tag, and we are putting like t head and t body. Okay, and then we'll just use maybe just a 5-column table, and so we will use the 1 row 4 head and just put the 5 tags here, 3, 4, and 5, and then we will just use 5 row there too and 5 column in table. So I'll just use 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we have the 5 things there, so we'll just copy it over and we will add a dummy text. So dummy text, and just everywhere the same dummy text, and then we will just use the Tailwind CSS for styling. Okay, so this is table. It does start applying styling for our table first, and then we will also add some styling to our container div. The width auto for our table, so whenever we add data column it will expand. Now for heading I am putting text medium, px6 and py3, just adding so it's spaced out. Now we have to mesh, but for now just we will do the same here instead of y1, so that way it will look like a rose, and they're adding for 2 spaced out and it looks good. Now shadow, so first we will add border, so we could see the head and table cells are 2 different things. Here just we are removing border left and right because we don't need, so we will add some more styling. I'm putting relative position, so that way it works well with other component, and we could just say flex column, and I am putting shadow large, the outer div we put with shadow, so we have shadow, and then next step is we maybe put width 4. Okay, and now we will add the title, like when we represent the data we would add analytics data or something like that, so we'll just use that one and we'll close this div, and here we have h3 our container div styling, and for that I would just display as a block. We don't need any background, so I am going to use as a transparent background. Margin padding I'll just put there, and width full. And the main important property we are adding, overflow x auto. So that is the main thing to display our table as a responsive table. So on smaller screen it would display the scroll bar, and user can just scroll horizontally to check out the data. To the div container, so I'm just putting full. Already added the full width to table, and the container div we added the shadow, so table is ready. Now we added the overflow property, so now we can test it, like how it works. So we could just minimize the screen, and okay, so we are hiding this column when screen is like smaller, but user can scroll horizontally to check the data. So on smaller screen we would display the scroll bar where user can scroll to the content, to the data, and on wider screen we just display the full width table. So now we will move to the next responsive way. We would use the toggle button and display the content. Working on the responsive table with option 2 by providing the toggle button. It's a toggle button, and we will go on tailwindcss.com. Okay, so this is the one we will use onto the here. Okay, so it's coming here, but we don't want to display on large screen. We only display on smaller screen. Here, display on smaller screen, and extra large screen we just say hidden. So we are putting breakpoint copy part. So right now, like on larger screen, it's not showing, and when we will make it smaller, so it's showing. So when this the last column is half display, it will start showing the icon. So with heading, and then we could just use, okay, so it's showing here, and then we will display the content on user click. So we'll start working onto the click button, and we use the Pure classes, so we don't have to use any JavaScript. So that is the main benefit of Tailwind CSS. We could basically added SVGs, and we already added the breakpoint. So now we can start working onto the user click. So for that we are going to use Tailwind CSS Pure class, and for that we need to put a checkbox. So we are using checkbox. We are not going to show it, like we will hide it, but we are going to use its trigger to enable and disable the data toggle. So here I'm just going to put checkbox, and we are now going to provide the class name, absolute position, and I'm going to, for now I'm just going to put like left 6 and top 6. We will check it, and we will change it, and then we will hide it. So this is our class, and we need to put the Pure class. That is important. And now what we are going to do is we are going to first of all, it should be hidden by default, and in Pure checked to display block. Hidden on like first display, and we are doing the same thing here. Now we will update the styling, but right now it's 5 column. We will display so now we have 3 column, like the medium screen size, and we have the checkbox here, and it is showing other two datas on click, and then when we uncheck it, it's hiding. So basically we are allowing user to click through it to see the other 2 columns. So let's go and hide. So right now it's we might need to push it like a little bit in center, so I'm going to have that checkbox, have the checkbox you cannot see checkbox. So we are going to do the click and then hide it. So on medium screen, like in larger screen, you see like there is all the 5 columns. On medium screen we are displaying 3 column, and then user just go here and click and see other 2 columns, and they can hide it. We put the cursor so that way user can see that like it's clickable. So that is a good representation on UI side. I'm going to just say cursor, and I'm going to have the pointer. Okay, now user can easily see that, oh, this is a clickable button, and they would click and they could hide it. Okay, and when we have the mobile devices, we cannot show all 3 columns. So on mobile device, we only display the 1 column, so we can just see it. Okay, so now it's just a 1 column, and all other columns you can see here, like there is a other 4 datas and column, just they can check out here. Thanks for watching. I will see you in next video.